What's up, everybody? My name's Tyler. You're watching Mom's Basement MMA, and I have a very special guest joining me today. His name's TK Mattress, and he will be fighting at LFA 199. TK, welcome to the program, sir. I'm really pumped to meet you, man, because I've been watching you fight for a very, very long time, and here we are in front of our LFA debut. I'm sure you're amped for it.
Super amped. I'm excited is an understatement. This is something big for me. Uh like I say, win, draw a lesson, no matter what, it's only up from here.
TK, you are a very, very skilled fighter. You do a lot of things well. You're big, you're powerful, you can wrestle, you can grapple. You had one of my favorite fights I've ever seen in the amateur ranks of all time, July 2021. It was against Torrez Finney. He's gone on, he's achieved a lot, and now he's in the UFC, and I don't see you for a
Congratulations.
little while after that, right? Like we have
Yeah.
that epic fight, and then you go away for a little while. You leave me waiting for a couple years to figure out when I'm going to see you fight again. Can you tell me what was up with your break? Was that planned? Did you have other things you were dealing with outside of the cage? What happened with that?
So right after his fight, I was supposed to fight that August. Yeah, July, August. So I was supposed to have a fight that August, but it was in the midst of COVID. The guy I was fighting ended up getting COVID, so they tried to push it to September. One of my very close family members was on their deathbed, and it was no way I could break that down and do all that. So that was like, and then after that, I started having kids.
I understand. I
I
understand
had
how
to
that
do what,
goes.
yeah, I had to do what was right for my kids for a little minute. But we back now. We showing them no matter what, that dream that you got, you go shake it. You got to go get it.
Was it hard to be away from fighting for the amount of time that you were? Because a guy like you who had fought a lot as an amateur and then to just be away for a long time, that takes probably a lot of discipline, and that was probably hard for you to do, I bet.
It mental. Uh, I've always been someone that's played mental games with myself, and not being able to do what I love to do really took a big toll and a shot on my mental. So like, yeah, it was hard, but it wasn't like I was completely away from the gym. I'll drop in, spar. I have like 2 3 weeks where I'm able to go real hard, and then it'd be like a child would get sick, or like one of my kids doing sports, so I want to be a father and be there for them, and this, that, and the third. Wanted to be the at practice dad and still try to do this, but at the end of the day, not everything is possible. And I had to talk with my oldest, and he said, "Hey, as long as you come into my games and doing what you got to do, you ain't really got to worry about being my coach. I know you got me." So like talks like that, and then family in general letting me know like you got that gift. Like people around me, point blank period, saying I got that gift, and my spirit as a fighter is in a warrior spirit anyways, and not hitting stuff, it makes me feel a little off anyway. So yeah, that was a hard time.
It was a multi-year layoff. Instead of taking another AMI fight, you go up against Dalton Taylor. This was in November of 2023. What clicked in your mind to make you think to yourself, like, you know what, like we're gonna go up to the pros after a multi-year layoff? A lot of guys would have been like, "Yo, TK, why don't we take another AMI fight first?" You didn't. You went right into the fire. What propelled you to make that decision?
It was a no brainer for real. Like you said, I had a buttload of amateur fights, and like no matter what, I was doing this. Like I didn't care if it was Amy, if it was this, if it was that. But at the end of the day, I had to get back in the cage, and opportunity knocked the right way, so I opened that door. Like that was, and then like fighting as an Emmy after you've had, like after you know what you're capable of, or like after you know you can get paid for certain things, it just be like it's a no brainer for real. Like why not go out there and make some extra money to bring home to my kids and still do what I love. So that was the reason I was like, nah, I'm not taking another Emmy fight. It's a pro ranking out here, and like I said, win, draw, listen. We going in there head first.
Were you nervous in that fight going up against Taylor? Not so much because of the man, but just more like, was it mental for you because of the layoff and everything, and a pro rule set too?
No, uh, I was more nervous that I was fighting. Like it wasn't. I get those jitters, like the real bad jitters, where you sit there and you think and you doubt yourself, and you know that you done trained hard, but it's like, like I'm fighting. What's gonna happen? Your knees get weak, and like I get those real bad. So that was my nerves. I've never had that nerve of like, if you tell me I'm fighting somebody, it's all right, cool. I got money on my head and I'm going to collect it. Like, but
Mhm.
that after the okay, cool, it's the man in the mirror. Now you talking to yourself, and to the world I can be Superman, but to myself I know that I'm still me.
Sure.
It'd be that.
I remember a few things about the Dalton Taylor fight. Number one, a very big man that you were going up against, a very, very big man. But I felt as the bout progressed, you really started to dial in with the boxing. In particular, your one twos, your cross right to his midsection there. Like he couldn't seem to figure out a way to stop that. And then when he would start thinking about protecting his torso, then you'd throw a low kick at him. It felt like he never really got comfortable over the course of that fight. And then you caught his kicks a couple times and threw him down to the ground that way. Can you tell me a little bit like was that like part of your game plan to like work his body and then if he threw a kick at you to like use that as a takedown, or were you just flowing out there?
We gonna be honest and tell you that we was just flowing. The game plan was to protect myself and not get hit with something big. That was literally the game plan. So any way I could disrupt his rhythm, or every time I seen in his face he was ready to load up, I'll try to hurry up and do something just so like that power that I knew he had, and one of them shots clipped me on top of my head. I knew he had, so I was like, all right, cool. We gonna have to play a little bit and get in and out, and that was just like the game plan happening within the fight.
Well, you looked fantastic. It was a dominant performance from you. That was back in November of 2023. Let's flash forward now. You put out something on Instagram not that long ago about fight news, and you said I'm getting ready to fight, and like you just looked like you had the look of like a kid on Christmas Eve, like you were like just so excited and so happy. Talk to me about how this opportunity with LFA materialized.
So LCA management, my manager Chris, we had an opportunity in December, but that would have been local for Fight For It again. And I really wanted to do it. But me being a coach and a trainer at the gym I'm at, it's it's levels to what you're supposed to do. And me, I know you seen my fight in September as well. Me going through that fight that way, I had to have a 90-day layoff. So we had to like, and I was like, okay, so boom, if it's in God will or whatever, he gonna put something else in place. And as soon as December 14th hit and my little 90 days was up, it was like, boom, Cali. So I was like, what? Like, so it was like, all right, God, you on my side for real? We doing this for real? So like, that's why it was like the kid in the candy store, because I was in the gym this whole time waiting for December to like come through, because 2025 I had already said I was taking over. But like how that just materialized and popped up the way it did, I couldn't do nothing but look like a kid in the candy store.
There's a lot of like fascinating things about this fight, in my opinion. And for a lot of people that are out west, they probably don't know or really like understand what it was that you accomplished fighting throughout the southeast, fighting some of the guys that you fought. You fought Torrez, that's one of them. You fought Karl Williams, you beat Karl Williams. He's a UFC guy, or at least was. He did really good by himself. You fought him only a couple years back. Like you were like one of like the final bosses on the southeastern like amateur scene. And then I go on Tapology, I pull up the fight, and I see like nobody's really giving you any respect whatsoever. And a guy like you, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it for you. You got to be love this whole idea of flying under the radar. Nobody really talking about you a whole lot.
Who you telling? Like it's one of them. I've like I got the gorilla den, and we've been in our den. We've been doing everything that we needed to do, trying our best to do everything, like, and just growing as a human and as a person. So the growth as a fighter was going to be inevitable. Like I gotta go. Man, and mm, I ain't see. I'm not big into. I've never been big into overwatching nobody's fights,
Mhm.
nor like looking into what people's commenting and saying the negative stuff and stuff. So like that tapology thing you just said, that's news to me. Like I didn't know, but at the end of the day, like I love it. It just gives me fuel, and it's like I sat there and I posted on my Facebook. I'm number one in South Carolina and North Carolina right now down here. We gonna go take that over so we can bring it back down here and do some bigger stuff down here because
Well,
it's exciting.
your opponent, Shealor Ladd, that'll be the man you'll be sharing the cage with, LFA 199. And I got to give it up to this kid right
Yeah,
away because he's choosing to fight you in a pro debut. And he could have taken a guy that's like an 0-1 guy. He probably could have taken an 0-2 guy, and no one would bat an eye. He's choosing not to do that. He's choosing to go up against you. What is it about this kid? Like, you look at this kid, uh, undefeated amateur career, pretty high level guy. Like, what's just your general opinion of this dude?
good grappler. Like not a Torrez Finley type of grappler, but a body lock specialist. Somebody that's gonna try to wrangle you down, grind you out, and if he can finish you, he's gonna try his best to finish you. Uh I feel
Does he
like the
remind you of anyone that you fought before?
if I could say anyone, the way that he's approached it, but he also got a sneaky head kicking there. It's more of a Carl Williams, like
Mhm.
how Carl wanted to he'll strike with you, but as soon as it got a little sticky, he's grabbing. Like I feel like he's gonna pick the shots well to grab my hips, gonna try to like use that time that he has to really either tire me out or like try to push a pace on me. But it's fighting. It's when styles clash and we see if his best is gonna beat my best, and that's the beautiful thing about fighting.
Well, TK, I'm not going to ask you about your game plan because I'm trying to watch this fight here next week, and we'll let the fight do the talking. No, no, we don't need to talk anymore about that. But for you, it's exposure. It's exposure to a totally different level of MMA competition. LFA, you're talking about one of the premier regional MMA promotions in the world.
Yeah.
Ed Suarez, like, they're bringing you in because they think you're going to give this guy a fight. Like, they want to
Yeah.
see something from you. How excited are you to have the opportunity to compete in front of in front of these gentlemen, to just let them know what it is that TK Mattress is all about?
Excited to the point where I got tears in my eyes with you saying it. Like I got chill bumps popping up on my arms from you saying it. You like is and then on top of that, my dad passed 20 years ago. Like this is his 20th birthday since he passed, the day that I get to fight. So I ain't got nothing but like I'm going to California and fighting on my daddy birthday. You can't take nothing away from me. Like is that like and then the opportunities and like the things that can transpire out of it. Oh my god. Like it's nothing but excitement. I like you said, I look like that kid in the candy store because I am. And now I'm about to show them I'm also the China in the bull shop. Like the bull in the China shop. My bad, messed it up. But like I like or the gorilla in the china shop. I can do that too. But yeah, it's just that excitement. I don't. It's hard to explain, but a wonderful feeling.
Well, you've earned it. You fought for free for many, many years, and you fought in obscurity for many, many years, and now you have an opportunity to fight on a stage that's probably more appropriate for somebody with your skills and what it is that you can do. I want to go ahead and get you out of here. I know you got training to do. I know you got other things to do than talk to me. But TK, I want to give you an opportunity if there's anyone that you want to thank or anyone you need to shout out or sponsors, anything like that before I let you go. Let's do it.
I would like to thank my management team, LCA Management. I would like to thank my main gym, Electric City MMA. I would like to thank the people that's helping me get ready for it, 864 Legends. I would like to thank my team that's coming up with me. Uh, and I would like to thank God for allowing us to continue this journey.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, January 10th, Day of Reckoning, only a few days away. LFA 199, TK.
7
It's going to be
days.
putting on a show for you guys. Make sure you check it out. TK, thank you, sir, for being on the program. I look forward to having you back very, very soon.